welcome global supply chain expert Mike Chaney.
Good morning. It's an honor to be with you this morning. I'm here to talk about supply chains. So what in the world do supply chains have to do with religious freedom? Look, I've spent over 38 years in supply chain. I built and run manufacturing sites all over the world, and I've run supply chains all over the world. And there's several things I want you to learn and understand about supply chains. Number one, they're made up of real people and a lot of people. A lot of the people in this world are in the supply chain. Okay, they're just working hard. They're the common blue-collar folks. And look, they just want to make a better place for their family, and they want to work hard, and they want to protect their religious freedoms. Who am I? They didn't want people like me coming and telling them what to believe. And it was the joy of my job was seeing the diversity of the world and talking all over the world to Muslims and to Christians and to Buddhists and to Hindus and people of all different types of faith to see the beauty and the majesty of this world. They deserve our respect, and they deserve us to preserve their freedoms. But the second thing I learned is the supply chain is really complex. In my manufacturing sites, pretty straightforward. I could handle that. But boy, when you start getting on the supply chain, stuff comes from farms, they come from mines. It starts getting a lot more complicated. And I realized that some of the choices that we had made were with countries and companies that didn't have our same values, that denied religious freedom rather than enabled it. The last learning, I realized it was a moral imperative on my part to make choices in the supply chain that were consistent with my values, to moral imperative to make choices that would encourage religious freedom. So what do we do? Look, supply chain's all over the news right now. With COVID, remember we had trouble getting toilet paper? Remember we can't get chips now? There's all kinds of disruptions, so thousands of companies all over the world are revisiting their supply chain. They're re-looking at it and they're saying, wait a minute, I need redundancy, I need some alternatives. My call to action is we want to make religious freedom one of the criteria they choose. How do we create supply chains that can reward those companies and those countries that reward religious freedom? Look, it's not going to be easy. One company can't do it, one country can't do it. But if we work together, I believe we can make a difference. In 1792 exchange, we're trying to facilitate this discussion. And just this week, we have had companies representing over $400 billion of revenue, at least at the table talking. So you may say, Mike, I don't run a supply chain, I don't run a company. Well, many of you don't. You buy from supply chains. You know CEOs. You know companies. Help us bring people to the table to at least dialogue about this. Can we work together to make a difference in this path? Because our supply chains can reward religious freedom or they can limit it. One of the things in all those dinners and all those walks on the manufacturing floor, some of the technicians used to tell me, said, Mike, you have a voice. Please represent us. I'm here on their behalf. They deserve our respect, they deserve our care, and they deserve their religious freedom. We can make a difference, but we're going to need a lot of people's help. Please don't let them down. Thank you.